Good evening. I am Rohini Gupta, the Adult Learning and Innovation Specialist, and I can't wait to get started with our favorite program of the year, Adult Summer Reading Showcase, with a fantastic team at Central. A special shout out to our friend Beth Haynes, who is in the audience today. This class is being recorded and will be available for viewing on our HCLS YouTube channel in a few days. Please add in your questions in the Q&A box, and we welcome your comments in the chat box. Before we get started, I invite you to also zoom in to celebrate America with two unique classes which are part of our Museum at the Library series. On July 10th, the National Gallery of Art will present American Stories. American art can tell complex stories about evolving national identities in the United States. And thank you for your comment. In this class, we will discuss and explore American art from the colonial period to the early 20th century. And that is July 10th with the National Gallery of Art. The idea of a sacred home for all Americans in the nation's capital is as old as the country itself. On August 7th, the Washington National Cathedral will share highlights of the interior of this magnificent cathedral to include architecture, stained glass, stone carvings, and much, much more. So please remember to join us for both of these classes. And now I'm going to hand it over to Stevia.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Stevia Morales. I am the branch manager at the Central Branch and this year's current summer reading project coordinator. So I'm the perfect person to talk to you about summer reading and to get you all of these books. What are you going to do with them? So I have our little summer reading booklet. You can stop by any of our branches and get them. It starts June 1, so we're already well into summer reading. It goes all the way to August 31st. So you want to pick up one of these journals here. They're limited edition. They're really, really nice paper on here. There's 13 unique challenges that our instructors worked really, really hard to come up with us a list of suggestions and some prompts. You can pick from any one of these 13 reading challenges in here, reading 3 or more books to finish. So you bring this booklet back and you come to us in the branches starting August 1st through the 31st. Let us know that you finished summer reading and get your finisher prize, which is a commemorative mug. It's this really cool camp mug with our logo on it. Then you're going to be able to use this journal. If you fill it up and you're done summer reading and you've completed all 13 challenges, please ask us for another one. We can give you another one. But if you haven't, please use this to go beyond summer reading, to continue to inspire you to read beyond just June 1 to August 31st. So that's just a little bit about our summer reading challenge. Now I'm going to pass it off to Angela, who's going to talk to us a little bit more about the reading list.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Angela Best, and I'm the Assistant Branch Manager at the Central Branch. My pronouns are she, her. This year's Adult Summer Reading List is composed of titles acquired between March 2023 and April 2024. There are at least 6 copies of every book within all the branches, and the titles are available in all HCLS branches. So please go ahead and place your holds. The list, the book club tips, and more are available on the library's website, hclibrary.org. This evening, we will each present at least 3 books from the 2024 Adult Summer Reading List. And the 4th round is our wildcard round, in which we will present any book from our vast collection, whether it's on the Adult Summer Reading List or not. We will also highlight a range of adult summer classes across the HCLS system. And now, let the adventure begin.
All right, round 1. I am first, so I'm going to talk about this book, None of This is True by Lisa Jewell, fiction. If you're craving a murder mystery with mind-bending twists and turns, look no further. Meet Alex Summers, a charismatic podcast host who's balancing family life with her husband's struggles with alcohol, and Josie Fair, an unassuming mother of two. Their fateful encounter at a restaurant to celebrate their 45th birthdays sets the stage for this gripping tale. When Alex decides to feature Josie on her podcast, Birthday Twins, little does she know the whirlwind of secrets and deception that awaits. As Alex delves deeper into Josie's world, reality blurs and truths unravel. Prepare to be captivated as you unravel the layers of this intricate story, questioning what's genuine and what's a facade. M. Night Shyamalan would be jealous, as this book takes on a whole new meaning to the phrase "as the plot thickens," leaving you guessing just until the very end. Trust me, this book will keep you guessing long after you've turned the final page. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell.
For my first book, Again and Again by Jonathan Evison. Meet Eugene Miles, an old man who says he's 105, but the records at the retirement home where he lives says he's 92. At the home, Eugene meets Angel, a 24-year-old who befriends him. He reveals his life story to Angel, or rather, the stories about his many lives. From his first life in Spain, when the Moors reigned, to his other lives in Europe, South America, and within the US, both on the Oregon Trail and his current life. This book has humor, sarcasm, interpersonal and intergenerational relationships, world history, and the best and worst of humanity. If you want a book that makes you wonder what really happened, then this book is for you. Again and Again by Jonathan Evison.
Hey everyone, my name is Mickey Baxter and I'm an instructor and research specialist at the Central Branch. My pronouns are she, her. My first pick is The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose, fiction. If you've read the first book of this series, then you might already know that Molly Gray isn't your ordinary hotel maid. With her incredible attention to detail and impeccable manners, she's worked her way up to the head maid at the Regency Grand Hotel. But when renowned mystery author J.D. Grimthorpe drops dead in the hotel tea room, Molly's world is thrown into chaos. As Detective Stark investigates the murder, suspects emerge from every corner of the hotel. But Molly knows she holds the key to unraveling the mystery, as her own past intertwines with Grimthorpe's, filled with twists, charming characters, and a captivating mystery. The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose is a must-read for fans of cozy mysteries. And next, I would like to talk with everyone about a fun upcoming event to help celebrate Pride Month. And that's called Stick to Being You, Creating Pride Stickers with the Cricut. This class is going to be held at the Glenwood Branch Makerspace on Wednesday, June 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. In this class, you will learn how to use the Cricut cutting machine to upload sticker designs and cut them out to create awesome Pride stickers. If you are interested in attending this class, please call your local branch or visit hclibrary.org to register, as seats are limited.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy Camisar, instructor and research specialist at the Central Branch, and my first pick is Women of Good Fortune by Sophie Wan, fiction. This debut is for fans of Crazy Rich Asians and counterfeit. In Shanghai, Lulu's high society wedding is the social event of the season. This over-the-top wedding isn't one where toaster ovens and blenders are given. Instead, guests give red envelopes full of cash, sending the happy couple on their way with good fortune. Enter Rena and Jane, two of the bride's besties. Fed up with their own lives, the two come up with a plan to steal all of the red envelopes. And suddenly, this wedding novel turns into an incredible heist, where having it all may come at too big a price. Women of Good Fortune by Sophie Wan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Bell. I'm an instructor and research specialist here at the Central Branch, and my pronouns are she, her. For my first round pick, I have Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, fiction. Mexico City, 1993. A cult horror director enlists two best friends to help him finish a movie that's haunted him for decades. The two friends are no strangers to the entertainment industry, but this movie is like nothing they've worked on before. As soon as the film is complete, strange and unexplainable things begin to happen to the trio, giving a whole new meaning to movie magic. Silver Nitrate is Moreno Garcia's ode to classic horror cinema. Her love of movies is evident as she references real film history and movie-making techniques alongside her magic-tinged plotlines. The book's title even refers to an obsolete type of film, which is known both for its beautiful image quality and its tendency to combust. It's such a fitting title for this book because much like Nitrate film, Moreno Garcia has crafted a detailed and immersive plot that builds up to an explosive ending. Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Moreno Garcia.
Hi, I'm Angie Engels. I'm an instructor and research specialist, and my pronouns are she and her. My first pick is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Imagine a magical apartment where time swirls like cream in your coffee cup, and there are two ornery pigeons named Mother and, well, I can't say the second name of the pigeon on live TV, but let's just say that is the spirit of the book that makes it fun, or part of the spirit. Our heroine, Clementine, is a book publicist with a plan. Find love, but be cautious with it. Work hard and shoot for the moon. She's not asking for too much, is she? But she stumbles upon Ewan, a southern drawn man who appears in her apartment, or rather, is she in his apartment? There's a 7-year time glitch that will be explained as the book goes along. Sparks fly, pies are made, and hearts fly across the apartment. And the suspense is, well, how will their relationship work when they're 7 years apart? And I'm not talking about their age difference. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. And look out for the pigeons because they might land on your head. Oh, I'm sorry. Our class, Random Crafts of Kindness, which is going to be at Savage. And I'm so jealous of the title they thought of it. It's just a lovely title. It makes you get warm fuzzies. So at this event, you will learn to create something new and spend relaxing time making art and crafting with your neighbors. And you can share your creations with other people in the community. All the supplies are provided, and it will take place on Saturday, June 15th from 3 to 4 p.m. at the Savage Branch.
Hello, I'm Roslyn, and I'm also an instructor and research specialist here at the Central Branch. My first pick is The Summer of Songbirds by Christy Woodson Harvey, fiction. Campfires, activities, late night giggles, and adventures. This is a story of 3 girls who met and created memories and lasting friendships at their childhood summer camp. In the book, we follow them as adults with hardships and struggles. Together, they help one another through trials like heartbreak, substance abuse, and unplanned pregnancy. You feel all the joy and all the sorrow of these complex characters as the author paints each scene so vividly. When they learn that their beloved camp is in danger of closing, they band together to try and save their childhood oasis. An ultimate nostalgic and comfort read, it's a story about the importance of friendships with the backdrop of summer in all of its glory. The Summer of Songbirds by Christy Woodson Harvey.
And closing us out for our first round of recommendations, my name is Ash, my pronouns are they, them, and I am also an instructor and research specialist here at Central Branch. And my first recommendation is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams, fiction. Ricky Wilde has never fit in with her distinguished Southern family who own a funeral home business empire. So when she is given a chance to move to New York City and follow her passion, opening her own business, specifically a flower shop, she takes the leap. For all her daydreaming of opening her own business, she could never have expected what awaits her and who'd she meet. A swoon-worthy, genre-bending story of magic, passion, and fate This book is as much a love letter to Black culture, particularly the Harlem Renaissance, as it is a love story between two people. If you like emotional novels combining romantic comedy, history, and a bit of magical realism, your next summer read should definitely be A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. That concludes our first round.
Now I wish I had a little drum. Now we're moving on to round 2. I'm up next again. This is like one of my favorite books, The Island Witch by Amanda Jayatissa, fiction. So it's set on a lush jungle island and draws from Sri Lankan folklore. It's the perfect twisty, turny, and spooky summer read that will keep you engrossed from start to finish. So this story follows Amara. She's the daughter of the island's demon priest, known as a Kapua. Amara lives a quiet life while her father's role as a Kapua brought him respect and reverence. But things begin to change as British colonizers introduce new religious practices to the island. As more villagers convert to these new beliefs, Amara's father starts to lose favor and friends. Amid this turmoil, a series of vicious attacks plague the village. Men speak of being struck by an otherworldly force, and the survivors' terrifying accounts lead to growing suspicion and fear among the villagers, with many pointing fingers at them as the cause of the attacks. Determined to clear her father's name and uncover the truth, Amara embarks on a perilous journey. Island Witch is a spellbinding tale, so join Amara as she navigates through danger and deception, striving to protect her family and reveal the true nature of the menace that haunts the island. The Island Witch by Amanda Jayatissa.
And my second book recommendation is Up Home, One Girl's Journey by Ruth Simmons, nonfiction. Ruth Simmons was born in 1945 and recounts her childhood, teen, and young adult years in this memoir. As the 12th child of her sharecropper parents, she describes in intimate detail her experiences growing up in a segregated rural Texan community. Her family subsequently moved to Houston. Upon graduating from high school, she attended Dillard University. As a scholarship winner, she attended Wellesley College in her junior year and did many foreign language courses there. This changed the trajectory of her life. She ultimately got a doctorate from Harvard, and during her career was president of Smith College, Brown University, Prairie A&M University, and vice provost of Princeton. Up Home, One Girl's Journey by Ruth J. Simmons. The class I'm presenting today is Lunch and Learn, Social Media for Small Business Online. In addition to classes held at all HCLS branches, we regularly hold classes online as well, just as we're doing tonight. This online class is the second in the Lunch and Learn series, and it examines how different social media sites can work to support your goals. Register for this class, and then on Thursday, the 25th of July, between 12 and 1, log on and learn how Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter can help your small business be more connected online.
Okay, my second pick is The Echo of Old Books by Barbara Davis, fiction. Rare book dealer Ashlyn Greer possesses a unique gift. She can sense the emotional imprints left by previous owners of old books. When she stumbles upon a pair of exquisitely bound volumes that seem to have never been published, her fascination transforms into an all-consuming obsession. As she delves deeper into the mystery surrounding these books, she finds herself entangled in a decades-old literary puzzle. Drawn by the haunting echoes of two shattered hearts, she embarks on a quest for truth, determined to uncover the secrets of an ill-fated romance. With each page turned, she uncovers a trail of broken promises and betrayals, bringing her closer to unraveling the mysteries of the past and finding closure for her own unresolved chapters. The Echo of Old Books by Barbara Davis.
The Guest by Emma Klein, fiction. Best-selling author of The Girls, Emma Klein's recent novel introduces us to 22-year-old Alex, who's getting by in Manhattan as an escort and is making some very, very bad decisions. When she heads out to the Hamptons with her uber-rich, much older boyfriend Simon, Alex thinks she's got everything under control. But does she? Is she really welcomed there? Spend a week in the Hamptons with Alex in the dog days of summer leading up to Labor Day. Watch her make one poor choice after the next and find out if she's really as in control as she thinks she is. The Guest by Emma Klein.
All right, for my round 2 pick, I have Raw Dog, The Naked Truth About Hot Dogs by Jamie Loftus, nonfiction. Part travelogue and part history, Raw Dog is a passionate ode to an all-American food staple, the hot dog. Follow comedian Jamie Loftus as she road trips across America during her aptly named Hot Dog Summer, where she samples as many regional frankfurters as she can stomach. She even makes stops in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. to give our famous regional hot dogs a try. Amidst plenty of foodie-friendly content, Loftus takes a critical look at the immigrant and working class origins of the hot dog. Other highlights include a behind-the-scenes peek at hot dog eating contests and an investigation into what really goes on in those Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles. Loftus writes in a witty conversational manner that'll make you feel like you're listening to a friend recount her crazy road trip. It's irreverent, endearing, honest, and at times a little bit gross, but by the end, you'll certainly find yourself craving a hot dog. Raw Dog by Jamie Loftus. And I would like to tell you about our swap events. So you may or may not know that we regularly hold free swap events at our branches, and we have 3 exciting ones coming up this summer. This month on Sunday, June 23rd, we will have a puzzle and board game swap here at Central. On Saturday, July 13th, at Miller, there will be a community plant swap. And back here at Central in August, on Saturday, the 24th, there will be an art supply swap. These are all free drop-in events, but if you'd like to receive a reminder email, you can register for them online. And each swap has its own theme, but the general premise is the same. You can bring in gently used items that you no longer need and swap them for items that are new to you. And you can still attend these swaps even if you don't have anything to directly trade. Full details on what can and cannot be swapped at these events can be found online on our events and classes calendar.
My next book is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young, fiction. Never have I read a book with a title more appropriate. Step into the tangled threads of time with this poignant novel. In the quaint mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, lies a flower farm, known not for its blooms, but for the enigmatic curse shadowing the Farrow women. June Farrow, haunted by her mother's mysterious disappearance and her grandmother's recent demise, is on the brink of the inevitable, her own unraveling through time. With each turn of the page, we witness the complexities of the lineage in the family and the circularity of time. I won't spoil it by telling you the interesting characters that come along because they have something to do with the plot that keeps getting more and more intricate. But it's worth it, even if you have to have a little notepad to write down some of the deep thoughts that you get in your head, because I have to confess, I got a headache after I finished this book because of the time travel, but that's just because I was so hooked on it. I wanted to figure out what was going on, and I did. And as a real quick plug, if you like the show The Way Home that's on Hallmark with Andie MacDowell and Shire Lee, which I think is a very good and underrated TV show, this book has some similarities to that. And I really like this book, but have some tissues with you when you read it. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young.
My next pick is The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok, fiction. This suspenseful page-turning drama follows 2 mothers from 2 different worlds and their connection through one's tragedy and the other's joy. It's about Jasmine, a Chinese woman who believes her daughter died at birth, but later learns that she was actually adopted by a very wealthy American couple by her own husband, a casualty of China's one-child policy. It follows her story as she travels to New York City to get her back before her vengeful and dangerous husband finds her. We also learn about the adoptive mother, Rebecca, and her privileged life and her undying love for their little girl. This story draws you in right from the beginning, and Jasmine's search for her daughter fuels the novel. Kwok's writing style is engaging and includes a very intricate structure with tight characters and twists and turns. Find out what happens when these two mothers must face the ultimate choice, The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok.
And my second recommendation is A Short Walk Through a Wide World by Douglas Westerbeek, fiction. This sweeping non-linear epic follows the lifelong travels of Aubrey, a 9-year-old girl cursed in 1885 to stay in perpetual motion lest she fall ill to a mysterious fatal disease. On her forced adventures across the world, Aubrey must learn not just how to survive, but how to overcome the loneliness of her circumstances in order to truly live. Poignant, whimsical, and full of hope, this librarian author debut combines magical realism and historical fiction with a reverence for nature, humanity, and the power of stories. Promoted as a cross between Life of Pi and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and also frequently compared to The Starless Sea by Aaron Morgenstern, this book will enchant fantasy and non-fantasy readers alike. A Short Walk Through a Wide World by Douglas Westerbeek. Oh, and my class promotion of the night, speaking of adventures, I've been on a creative adventure over the past year or so, trying to teach myself how to sew. And let me tell you, learning how to work a sewing machine on your own can have quite a learning curve. So avoid some of that frustration, especially if you want to start sewing but haven't bought a machine yet, by attending a sewing machine basics class at the Elkridge Branch and DIY Center. Not only will you be guided through a basic sewing project, but materials will also be provided for you, and you can see what other types of tools can be borrowed from the DIY Center. So mark your calendar for Wednesday, July 24th, 7 to 8:30 p.m., and get crafty at the Elkridge DIY Design Studio.
All right, we're moving right through. Now we're on to round 3. And I have another pick for you. The Deep Sky by Yume Kitase. This is a great book again. So imagine yourself in a world in a not too distant future where Earth is teetering on the edge of collapse. Resources have dwindled to critical levels. Nations are on the verge of conflict, and the survival of humanity hangs in the balance. A visionary billionaire steps up with a bold and ambitious plan to finance a mission that will search for a new planet to call home. If you were captivated by the movie Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey, then Deep Sky is a must-read for you. This story centers on Asuka, a member of the crew that has been selected to set out for a new future for humanity. Their mission takes a tragic turn when a catastrophic explosion disrupts their course, leaving Asuka as the sole survivor. She must now unravel the mystery of what or who caused the explosion, all while confronting haunting memories from her past. So join Asuka on the voyage filled with intrigue, danger, and the relentless pursuit of truth. The Deep Sky will keep you on the edge of your seat as you follow her quest to save humanity and uncover the dark secrets that threaten their survival. The Deep Sky by Yume Kitase. The class I'm going to be talking about is something, it's impactful and it's important. It may apply for something that is close to your heart. Maybe you know someone who would like to attend this class, Making Arrangements, Library Resources for the Later Years. So if you've ever wondered about arrangements that you or your loved ones should make for retirement and those later years in life, then this is the class for you. Come to this class, register, and discover some amazing free library and internet resources on a lot of topics for individuals and family members over 50. That includes lifestyle and accommodation resources, financial planning, legal planning, medical planning, and end-of-life consideration. So if you feel like this is a class that you may enjoy, or your loved ones or a neighbor, please share it with them and register. Join us on Thursday, July 18th from 7 to 8:15 p.m. at the Central Branch.
My third book, The Beautiful and the Wild by Peggy Townsend, fiction. This book is set as far away from Maryland as you can get. It's mainly set in Alaska and on the West Coast. Some scenes are actually set on a farm in Texas. Our heroine, Liv, is married to Mark. He loses his job and gets a new one. They have a son. Her husband dies. One summer, while in Alaska, Liv finds herself looking for a way to escape from a container. Her captors, her husband, who she has discovered is alive, and two others. Who are these two other people? Will she make it out before the Alaskan winter comes? Themes of trust, grief, secrets, and survival are raised in this book, The Beautiful and the Wild by Peggy Townsend.
My third pick is Lies and Weddings by Kevin Kwan, fiction. Rufus Leung Gresham, the future Earl of Greshamsbury, faces a daunting dilemma. The family trust, once overflowing with wealth and opulence, now teeters on the brink of bankruptcy due to years of extravagant spending. In order to not lose everything, Rufus's mother comes up with the plan to arrange his marriage so they may save the family's legacy. Caught between obligation and passion, Rufus wrestles with a difficult choice. Should he conform to his mother's wishes and marry a suitable match, or pursue his own heart's desires? Set against a backdrop of glamorous destinations, Lies and Weddings is a gripping tale of love, betrayal, and redemption.
A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals, fiction. Shout out to all the Bridgerton fans. If you're in the middle of binging season 3 and are looking for more, get ready for the ball. This debuts for you. When a wealthy bachelor drops dead at a ball, Beatrice Steele, feisty, passionate, and obsessed with true crime, takes on the improper role of detective in this action-packed comedy of manners, mischief, mayhem, and murder. Equal parts Jane Austen, Agatha Christie, and Knives Out, this witty, fast-paced novel will have you waltzing to the end. A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals. Coming up at the Miller Branch, what's on your shelf? Share fiction or nonfiction titles that are on your bookshelf, and staff will share titles from their shelves to help you create a summer reading list. If you don't have a title to share, that's okay. Find inspiration in what others recommend and start building your own list.
All right, my round 3 pick is Come and Get It by Kylie Reed, fiction. Settle into this gossipy, character-driven romp through the world of academia. Set during a semester at the University of Arkansas, we meet Agatha, a visiting professor who is also a writer, and Millie, an RA in one of the less desirable dormitories. Millie needs money, and Agatha needs inspiration, so they strike a deal. For the low price of $20 per day, Millie allows Agatha to stake out in her dorm room and listen in on student conversations. Agatha plans to use the overheard gossip in articles and maybe even a book. And if you're anything like me, you might be thinking, that's a little weird. Well, buckle in, because this is just one of the many dubious decisions made by our main characters. As the book continues, they only descend further and further into murky moral territory. I think this book is perfect for fans of R.F. Kuang's Yellowface because Kylie Reed serves up social critique in that same uncomfortable yet unput-downable way. And she manages to deal with heavier themes of race, power, and wealth in a way that is so insightful and clever. So sit back and try to relax as you enjoy Come and Get It by Kylie Reed.
The Night of the Storm by Nishita Parikh. I cannot say enough good things about this book. The ratings on Amazon would not necessarily reflect my praise for this book, but you have to keep in mind that this is a mystery, but also book discussable. And I just when I read this book, was pretty much reading it all day. And I even withstood my cat's anger. Well, my cat doesn't get angry. It's just he gave me the "you will play with me" look. I had to ignore it because I loved this book. I was driven by the plot, which is a family is isolated in a big mansion during a hurricane, and unbeknownst to them, there's some nefarious stuff going on, or maybe it isn't unbeknownst to some of them. There is a shocking plot twist, possibly two, and I'm talking about oh my gosh plot twist, which also is, I forgot to mention, there's an oh my gosh plot twist in The Unmaking of June Farrow. And a lot of us, I'm sure, were like, oh yeah, plot twist, I see it coming. We've been ruined by plot twists, but both of the books have plot twists that I'm still thinking about. The Night of the Storm by Nishida Parikh.
My next pick is Hidden Potential, The Science of Achieving Greater Things by Adam Grant, nonfiction. Worried about living a life with regrets? Do you have the courage to step out of your comfort zone? This book is about untapped potential waiting to be realized and how we can elevate ourselves to unexpected heights. It's about embracing the discomfort that occurs when you find the courage to abandon your tried and true methods, putting yourself out there before you think you're ready, and making more mistakes than others make attempts. I love how Grant interweaves real stories of ordinary people untapping their potential and becoming the success story that they've only once dreamed of. Instead of waiting for that door to open, you must build that door instead. And this book will help you build that door, and most of all, it will help you grow. Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. Having a rough day? Having a rough month? We are here to help. Pets on Wheels feature sweet therapy dog visits to the East Columbia branch each month. These four-legged friends' mission is to bring joy to those who need comfort and a break from everyday chaos and stress. They improve lives and lick loneliness one visit at a time. The next scheduled snuggle is Saturday, July 27th from 1 to 2 p.m. and there's no registration needed, just come on by.
Wrapping up our third round, my recommendation is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Over 100 years ago, a reclusive 19th century author disappeared from a small Kentucky coal town, leaving behind an heir with an eerie estate known as Starling House. While most townsfolk stay as far away from this as possible, a young woman named Opal has always felt strangely drawn to this estate. When she's presented with an offer to work as the manor's housekeeper, she seizes the opportunity in hopes of making enough money to establish a brighter future for herself and her younger brother, far away from this town. However, Starling House has been calling to Opal for a reason, and she'll have to unearth town secrets and contend with dark forces if she wants to find her happy ending. Perhaps best described as cozy horror, this Southern Gothic is a great choice for readers of suspense and fairy tales who like stories that are scary but not too scary. And if you're someone who spends all year looking forward to Halloween, this is a perfect summer read for you. Starling House by Alex E. Harrow.
All right, folks, before we get into our last and final wild card round, I just wanted to give you a reminder about all the classes that we talked about this evening. We are, of course, going to record it and it will be available on our YouTube channel, but we don't expect you to remember all of these classes just right off the top of your head. So at the end of this program tonight, we're going to send out by email a list of all the classes that we talked about, as well as a link to find more fantastic free classes that you can take online, at home, or come into one of our branches. This is our wildcard round, okay? So the previous rounds, 1, 2, and 3, were all books. All the books that we talked about were all books from the summer reading list. But the wildcard round is kind of like a free-for-all. We can each talk about our favorite books. They don't necessarily have to be on the list. With that, I'm going to talk about my round 4 wildcard pick, which is on the list. It's After That Night by Karen Slaughter. Get ready for a wildcard read that delves deep into the thrilling and often heart-wrenching realities of women navigating the world. As the 11th installment in the Will Trent series, the standalone novel is a gripping account of GBI investigator Will Trent's turbulent journey. This book is centered around his fiancée, Dr. Sarah Linton. She's a skilled doctor in Atlanta, Georgia, and this story unfolds when Sarah encounters Danny, a young woman in dire need outside of the hospital where Dr. Sarah Linton works. What starts as a race against time to save Danny's life soon uncovers a chilling truth. Danny's brutal assault is eerily connected to Sarah's own traumatic past from 15 years ago. As Sarah seeks justice for Danny, she finds herself confronting demons she thought she buried long ago. Filled with twists and turns, this book is a captivating blend of suspense, mystery, and personal redemption. So brace yourself for a gripping ride that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end. After That Night by Karen Slaughter.
So my wild card is not on the list. And this is literally my favorite book for 2023. The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder by David Grann, nonfiction. Grann is an award-winning author of several books, and this book demonstrates his skill at storytelling. It is essentially a story about a ship, the Wager, which is shipwrecked off the tip of South America in the 1740s during the winter. The fascinating thing is that in spite of the winter conditions, there are survivors. Indeed, 2 sets of survivors returned to the UK, and they give completely different accounts of what happened. The Wager is very well researched and engaging. It is one of those books that even if you are not interested in naval ships, and you are not interested in the 1700s, and indeed, you are really not a nonfiction reader, once you like to read, you will most likely thoroughly enjoy this book. I have recommended it several times. Truly a satisfying read. The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder by David Grann.
My wildcard pick is The Kamigawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai, fiction. The Kamigawa Diner isn't just about food. It's a place where memories are unlocked and mysteries are unraveled. As adept food detectives, a skilled father-daughter duo possess a remarkable ability to recreate dishes that evoke cherished memories from their patrons' past. Each dish is served at the Kamigawa Diner is imbued with the power to heal wounds, mend broken hearts, and pave the way for a brighter future. Overall, the Kamigawa Food Detectives is a delicious choice for foodies and world travelers alike.
Cassandra in Reverse by Holly Smale, fiction. This one combines 2 of my favorite genres, time travel and romance. Cassandra Penelope Dankworth is a creature of habit. She likes what she likes, museums, jumpsuits, and her boyfriend Will, and strongly dislikes what she doesn't, messiness, change, her boss drinking out of her mug. Life for Cassandra runs in a soothing, predictable order until now. She's just been dumped. She's just been fired. And her local bakery has just run out of her favorite banana muffins. Unexpectedly, she discovers she can travel back in time and change the past. But is she trying to fix all the wrong things? This Own Voices novel gives time travel a unique, neurodivergent perspective. If you enjoyed The Rosie Project or Una Out of Order, you'll love Cassandra in Reverse by Holly Smale.
All right, for my wild card pick, I have Summer Sisters by Judy Blume, fiction. Set over many summers from the 70s to the 90s, this coming-of-age tale follows the complicated friendship of Vix and Caitlin. The pair spend nearly every summer together on Martha's Vineyard, among a rich tapestry of supporting characters. The 2 are with each other nearly every step of the way as they navigate the challenges that adolescence brings. On paper, the 2 couldn't be more different. Vix is reserved and studious, while Caitlin is the life of the party. Their differences are what make them such a dynamic pair, but those differences also might tear them apart. What makes this book so special is how authentically Bloom portrays our lead characters and their friendship, both the good and the bad. Last year, Summer Sisters celebrated its 25th anniversary, and it's clear to see why this book continues to be so adored. I only read it for the very first time earlier this year, but as soon as I put it down, I knew it would be one I returned to often. Summer Sisters is warm, nostalgic, and at times heartbreaking, but it's a book that will stay with you long after you finished it. Summer Sisters by Judy Blume.
Being Henry by Henry Winkler. So I'm going to do my best to keep this short or we'll be here all night, but you've probably all heard of the saying, a show jumped the shark. Well, we can thank that expression. And that means when a TV show went too far as a plot and it will never be the same again because they did a stunt or they did something that just ruined the origin, not the origin, the heart of the show. Well, on an episode later on in Happy Days, the Fonz, complete with his jacket, jumps over a shark on water skis. And thus that's where we get the expression, the show jumped the shark. But Henry Winkler is so much more than the Fonz. And I'm really glad I read this book because I learned a lot about him. And it's so nice to see an actor go get past the role that made them famous, because certain actors, especially like Henry Winkler, have spent so much time trying to be more than their iconic role. Not only has he writes children's books, but he plays a very funny character on the HBO series Barry, which I highly recommend that show. And he's even played a killer on an episode of Law and Order SVU. I would love to be able to sit down and actually talk with Henry Winkler. That's how personable he comes across, and I'm sure he probably is. But I can't say enough good things about Being Henry, The Fonz and Beyond, Henry Winkler.
My wildcard pick is The Book of Delights by Ross Gay, nonfiction. This collection of short stories and essays reflect on the author's daily life, experiences, and observations. Over the course of a year, he writes an entry a day, capturing moments of joy, beauty, and appreciation in the midst of the ordinary. Exploring a wide range of topics from nature and friendship to social issues and personal reflections, each essay is a celebration of the small and often overlooked pleasures of life. Gay's writing encourages readers to cultivate a mindset of gratitude and has actually inspired me to start my own catalog of delights and positive takeaways from everyday life. This book is lyrical and witty, full of colorful detail and richness that you'll be sure to enjoy. The Book of Delights by Ross Gay.
And for our final recommendation, this is something close to my heart. It is Quarter Life, The Search for Self in Early Adulthood by Satya Doyle Bayak. Navigating quarter life, roughly speaking, the span of one's 20s and 30s, is often filled with uncertainty and questioning. What am I going to do with the rest of my life? Am I on the right path? I feel like I'm behind. Is this all there is? Why am I not satisfied? Using insights from her psychotherapy practice, the author affirms the struggles of quarter lifers and provides guidance towards finding a balance between stability and meaning in life. And so she has these pillars of stability and meaning, types of people where there is a spectrum between which one you tend to gravitate more towards, and how you can find more balance in your life by kind of complementing what you're currently lacking. And I love Quarter Life for its comforting interdisciplinary approach to this subject matter. Whether you're a quarter lifer yourself or you love someone who is, this book is a great tool for self-reflection and understanding this distinct stage of human development. And I'm actually going to put a link in the chat with like a brief TV interview with the author that explains more about the kind of breakdown of like her approach in the book. So you can help determine if you want to check it out. Quarter Life, The Search for Self in Early Adulthood by Satya Doyle Bayak.
Well, that was such an exciting presentation. And I think I've put a lot of books on hold. I don't know when I'll read them, but I've surely put them on hold. We have a couple of questions in the chat. And the first question was, in addition to large print books, are there additional resources for those who have difficulty reading regular print?
I can answer that one. Great question. Yes, aside from large print, through a partnership with the Maryland State Library for the blind and print disabled, they provide free books through a talking digital book player that they send through US mail. You can select anywhere between 5 to 30 books per cartridge. And once you receive that cartridge, you can actually go ahead and request more, and they will send you another cartridge, in replacement. And they also send print Braille books as well as electronic Braille. They have this really cool digital Braille machine that is electronic. So that's another option. And all of this is free for those who qualify. It's really interesting because I learned that over 100,000 Marylanders are actually qualified for this service, but only 6,000 actually use it. So if you know someone that might benefit for this wonderful service, just let us know. We can get you started on applying for it.
Thank you so much, Rosalind. The second question that we had was, how can I find out about other classes and events being held at HCLS, Howard County Library System?
Yes. Well, if you go onto our website, hclibrary.org, there's a little blue box at the very top saying classes and events. If you click on that, there's then a little green rectangle that says filter, and you can filter for the type of classes you're looking for. So if you're only interested in adult classes, you can filter for that. If there are certain branch locations that you're closer to and you prefer to go there, you can filter for the branches closer to you. If you're able to drive anywhere and it doesn't matter, you can just leave it open. And you can also filter for the types of classes you're interested in. So if you're interested in legal classes or finance classes or arts and craft classes, you can filter for those and see the types of classes that we have available for you.
Thanks, Angela. That sounds really useful. I didn't know about the filtering system. That would really help in cutting down all that long list of classes.
Yes.
There was another question in the chat, and that was, I will have teens and young children, grandchildren staying with me over the summer. Are there some things I can do with them at the library?
So I can answer that question. So we have the same stuff for teens and kids as we have for adults. So we have tons of free classes that you can take in person or online. We have tons of free resources. You can borrow Chromebooks and hotspots and toys, and you can just do a bunch of fun stuff at the library. But we also have a summer reading game. So we have one for every single age group. We have one for the little itty bitties, birth through age 4. We also have one for ages 5 to 10. And then we also have a game for teens. So come into the library, check us out, come to our summer reading tables, ask us all about summer reading. It starts June 1, like I said, and goes all the way to August 31st. Or you can visit our library website, hclibrary.org/summer, SUMMER, for more information.
Thank you, Stevia. And I just had a look at the teen prize after summer reading that you get, and it's really cool. So if you're looking for a cool prize after summer reading, do sign up.
I also wanted to add one more thing, Rohini, that I forgot about. Summer celebrations. So instead of having like one big kickoff party at the very beginning of summer reading, we changed that. We want to see you all throughout the summer at all of our branches. So each branch has its own theme. Again, you can find all of those dates and information in your summer reading game boards or on our website. Each branch has its own theme. We do lots of fun, free, cool stuff. We'll have free snacks at some of them, food trucks, live animal presentations, face painting, lots of cool stuff. So please check it out. We want to see you all summer long. If you're able to make it, please go to all of them. Please enjoy them. But if you want to come to Central, it's on June 26th from 5 to 8 p.m.
Thank you, Stevia. And I'd also like to thank everybody for all of their comments and for appreciating the program tonight. In our follow-up email, we will have a link to the survey, and please, we love hearing your comments and your feedback for next year and for the other programs that we do. So please do fill out the survey. And in the follow-up email, there will be a link to all of the classes we mentioned. And sometime in the next week, we will have the edited link of the presentation tonight, and we'll send that out once that's available. Please share that with friends. And Stevia, Angela?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wanted to add, because I saw a question in the chat about how you get all these books that we're talking about. So I just wanted to say it for everyone to hear. You can go onto our website, hclibrary.org, log into your account and place these books on hold. Or you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your computer. You can call into the branch and ask us to place some of these books on hold, or you can come in and visit us. We want to see your faces. So please come in and put these books on hold and we can help you. Again, I want to echo Rohini. Thank you everyone for attending. We love doing these. We love talking about books. We're all librarians. So we love talking about books. We could talk all night about. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Angela, did you want to finish?
No, I just wanted to say thanks everyone for attending. I'm glad we had such a fantastic turnout this evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the branch.
We had a few more questions I want to make
Okay.
sure that we got to from the
perfect.
Q&A section. So, someone asked, why is it called Pets on Wheels for the eco? I'm assuming that's just because, you know, they're driving the therapy dogs over to the branch. So it's like they're mobile, they're pets on wheels.
That's exactly right.
And Harry mentioned picking up the list. So yes, we do have the print copies of the adult summer reading list, as well as the other summer reading list for other age groups in all of the branches. If you would like to come get a physical copy in nice color format, as well as accessing digitally.
And we will be forwarding the list of books, plus, as Stevia mentioned, plus the list of classes to you in the next day or two. So you can look out for that email, in addition to the link for tonight's event. Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone.
Any last questions? Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
Rohini.
everyone.
Have a good night.